This is Morten from English. I have the pleasure to talk to another good friend of mine, Simon.
Good to see you, Morten.
From Highcon. I mean, I don't know if you say that in Israel, but in Denmark you say that you get green of ambience. Do you say the same?
Yes. Yeah.
And when I see your booth and see your colors and see your machines, it's just like, wow, right?
That's a wonderful reaction, and it's one we hope we're getting from the audience, and actually we are. When you and I last met, it was exactly 2 months ago in Israel, and you asked me what we were going to do at Drupa. And first of all, we've delivered on the promises. We brought the beam, we got the beam 3, we got a great booth, we're showing the beam writer. We're doing great things, but I want to show you what we've actually been doing.
Yeah. In a moment, my friends.
Okay.
In a moment. I mean, you're not get that easy, right?
Okay.
No, I was just wondering, before we see what it can do, because maybe it's it is related. But why is it that one should buy a Highcon product? Let's start there.
Okay. Just as with digital printing, you have to have conventional and digital in order to be able to address the full demands of your customers. So the same is true with die cutting. You cannot address everything that you need or your customers need if you're a converter with just one sort of technology. And Highcon represents the best, the most productive, the highest quality, the most compelling digital die cutting systems on the market. And we're showing that here every day.
See, I knew that you would have a good answer for me on that question. I have another question, and that extends a little bit on it, because I think that sometimes when people are producing products that need packaging, in all the other presses, let's say that you are in a winery and you want to do wines, you never do one bottle of wine, but you make several bottles of wine, right? Or if you make a pair of shoes, you make often more than one pair of shoes, right? So what type of products is this super suitable for?
Super suitable for anything that runs from a few hundred pieces to thousands of pieces. Exactly how many depends on the size and so on, but from a few thousand to say 10,000. That's the range. It's not for runs of one. There are other solutions in the market. This is for what I would call small batch packaging, hundreds and thousands of pieces.
I like that answer too. Thank you, sir. Then extend on that one. Because I mean, when you have a market that is maybe to some extent a little bit conservative because they have built for decades giant productions with hundreds of thousands of boxes, right? How is it for Highcon to come in and say, hey, we have something that looks better, that is way smarter, up to 10,000?
So the truth is, it's connecting to the mega trends that they're experiencing. The mega trends come essentially from two directions. Number one, the big brands are being asked to increase the number of SKUs, increase the diversity of their products, which means that each run gets smaller. And number two, the SMBs, the small brands, are taking a growing share of the market. Consumers would rather buy from a local brand than some mega brand. And these smaller local brands need to be professional in their packaging, but they don't want to buy tens of thousands, and they don't want to pay fixed costs. They want the flexibility, and Highcon allows the converters to offer them a solution that works rather than talk to them about something that they don't want to buy. And I think that's really important, because once upon a time, the big converters took small jobs as a favor to their big customers and would be okay with losing some money on them. But you can't do that in this changing world, because there are more and more of these shorter runs or smaller batches, and they're coming from companies that these larger converters are not used to doing business with, but they cannot afford to ignore these small emerging brands because they're just so important in the overall ecosystem.
And luckily we have Highcon, right?
They didn't know that they were waiting for this solution.
So what you're saying, I mean, I understand the mega trends. I also understand, when we see digital print, obviously there's like a tail to it that bridges onto the finishing side, of course, right?
Yep.
But I was just thinking that it must also be the smartest companies in the world that actually go this road, right?
So early adopters and we're still in the early adoption phase, are smart, they are risk-taking, they are visionary, and those are important characteristics. I personally don't believe that buying a Highcon is risky, but it requires thinking different, if you allow me to use the old Apple slogan. And not everybody has that ability, but that's okay. We need the people who have the vision, who can do something great.
Can I provoke you a little bit?
You can.
Can we keep the boxes for a second? Thank you. Just for films, right? Okay. No, but you don't have any customers in the world that has proven what you're saying. This is just something you make up, right?
No.
I know. That's why I
No.
want you to talk to about that.
Morten, as we say in our demo, the number of jobs run on the beam since the first year we introduced the beam by our customers has grown by a factor of almost 500. Since you may be certain that we don't have 500 times more beams, what that means is that the customers are running more on their units each year because they're addressing these trends, because there is demand for this shorter run, faster turnaround, flexible model, serving different needs. And the factor of 500 in 6 years, because it's 2017, 2023, is like crazy.
Okay. I'm actually serious on my questions. You know that, right?
Yep.
And I hope you find them funny, because I think that I know that you like story as well, right? So I'm just trying to, because I thought it could be interesting to, see if we could ask some of the questions that people might think of, because I mean, you're addressing a market that is obviously getting there, right? You're also yourself like on a journey, and still I think that even though you see other kind of laser equipment in the market, you're probably the only one that still is really delivering industrial scale solutions, right?
We think we're the only one, we believe we're the only one, and that's because we have got the combination of laser and a physical crease, digitally driven, 3D printed, high quality creasing. There is no way that digital die cutting succeeds beyond prototyping without a physical crease. And that's Highcon's IP. We're in our 5th generation with the consumable. And without being self-deprecating, Highcon at 2012 at the first Drupa, the rules dropped off the foil. They broke. They weren't robust. They didn't do a good crease. It was a vision, but it wasn't there. You've got to work really hard to remove a rule today, to break them, because we've got there. The technology has arrived. We're here with the slogan behind us, mainstreaming digital die cutting. We believe that this technology is ready for the mainstream. The time is right. And I sincerely hope and believe that this Drupa represents an inflection point for the velocity of Highcon's business.
And there are, let's say, it seems like that is a change, because when we spoke to Shlomo yesterday, he was overexcited about being a Drupa, and I guess that you have generated so many new potential leads here, leads for potential sales, that it is a journey that can change entirely Highcon's position in the market, right?
We certainly hope so. Highcon is a small company. Drupa represented for us and has proven that it's an incredible opportunity to meet potential customers and for them to see what we're doing, not just on video, and without making a long journey, they're here already. For the big companies, Drupa's just another opportunity. They get their customers.
Are you saying the video is not good enough even for Highcon? I mean, come on, man.
I'm saying that touching is believing more than seeing.
Oh, I'm so unfair to you today, right?
You are.
Yeah,
but it's okay. We love video as well.
I know you do.
But this is great. The face-to-face. It's a huge investment. It's a massive effort. But it's worth it. Because we see more people in a day than our sales team can see in a month.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see some samples. Because,
Okay.
I mean, you're just bragging, right?
I'm demonstrating the incredible flexibility.
Okay.
So because we're at at Drupa, where we're focusing on folding carton. I'm going to focus first
I
of
want
all
to
on
say
corrugated.
one thing before you get started, because one of the things I really like about your approach, you have actually get print from almost every digital supplier at the show, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's also an achievement, right?
Actually, what we have here on the table right now, printed by HP Indigo, printed by Koenig & Bauer Durst, printed by Lander, printed by Barbaran. This is a customer job. This is from Sealed Air, and it's protective packaging. So what they actually do is that they put the package in there. I didn't pack it very well. This will hold it down, and it'll go in shipping, and it'll arrive without moving.
And you can do that in one pass, of course.
And it does it in one pass.
Yeah.
So this is a demonstration of their capability to offer a value proposition that is non-classical using...
I would say that if your wallet was a little bit thicker, I would doubt that it could hold it, right?
It's just business cards.
Okay.
It's not money. This is what they're doing with a Highcon Beam 2C system.
Fantastic. Super nice.
So now go to a different extreme. This is a Print for Cause project, was initiated by HP, and this is a cover for an IV infusion bag hanging on a pole that is going to children's hospitals in Germany. So that children who are connected to an IV, instead of seeing a bag, will see a friendly animal face, and HP Indigo printed it, and Highcon did the digital die cutting. So it starts as a flat sheet. It doesn't want to come undone, but that's okay. Here we go. No, it comes as a flat sheet. There were two sizes for smaller bags and bigger bags. The pole goes through here. It hangs from the top. And this is just an example of a non-standard product where Highcon at Drupa is trying to do some good and not just promote itself.
Congratulations, this is a nice project. I also saw that on HP's booth, so they actually also promote this project.
Good,
yeah.
As they should.
Yeah.
Here's a totally different story. This is from a print from Koenig & Bauer Durst.
So is that a real customer or is it still
No,
like
this is a sample job,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's a really nice sample job. And here we're demonstrating, so this is a gift pack which can hold 2 boxes of different sizes. But one of the things we do when we're demonstrating this is that we show it once like this where the box is closed, and then a second time we add this cutout to show the contents of the box, that you can see what's in there, and demonstrate that with digital die cutting, you don't need a separate die to do the cutout or to have it as a closed box. It gives you a degree of flexibility. And obviously the contents of the box can change, and you don't need to change the outer layer because you can see what's in there.
Smart.
A Lander job. I actually think this job was the job I waved at you when you were in Israel
You
2
did.
months ago.
You did, yeah.
So this is nice because it's a multi-SKU job, and the clever thing here is that this one's a cat, this one's a dog, they have different mouths, and the cutout of the mouths are different. This is an example again of a low volume product from as it were, a craft brand. And finally, back to the corrugated. This is a shipping box, and is actually a secure, tamper-free, tamper-evident packing box.
That means
Because if I
that-
want to open it, I can't open it by removing the tabs, it'll tear. I have to open it.
And is that because the cutting itself make that kind of
We make it
security?
easy. We make it easy for customers to do that. So you tear this to open it.
Yeah.
And it's simple. It's printed by Barbaran, and it's indicative of what you can do. It's a micro flute, so it runs on the Beam 3. Look, it didn't need the Beam 2C.
Okay.
And it's another capability that we're showing here in partnership. This is a sustainable shipper with single-use locks and a tearing perforation mechanism, ensuring safe arrival of the contents while creating a smart opening experience. And it explains opening experience matters. Tearers that tear matter. making it easy matters, and making it useful matter. And this is something that every customer can look at and say, I understand how my customers can use a product like this.
And obviously, that is another purpose and reason for being at Drupa. Of course, that is one thing that you see the technology that you have to invest in order to do some of these things. But also, this gives you an opportunity to talk about opportunities that you will not be able to do in an analog world, basically. Right?
That's right. And you can do this, but it's expensive. And if you need to tweak the tears, you need to send the die back for rework. And what we're trying to do is show potential customers the range of possibilities. That's why we have real customer jobs. You can see them around here. Yeah. In order to make sure people can't take them away, we've tethered them, but it gives the opportunity to pick them up and look at them. And it's really nice to see what customers are actually doing, using our system. And it comes to make the point that Highcon is no longer a technology company, we're a solution company.
And you have to do a demo now.
And I meant to do a demo now,
Yeah,
yes.
Fantastic. Simon, great seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Likewise.